Hello and welcome to part 3, looking at the ships in the 12th anniversary bundle. This time we are looking at the Terran Cygnus. Chapters are listed in the description down below for each shield. So we're going to have a look at the Vanity shields from the Dilithium store, which are available at certain events during the year, and also the only shield that's currently available in the Zen store. Up first, we are looking at the Alliance Vanity Shield. So this is a part of the Khitomer Alliance bundle in the C store or the Zen store. It comes with the shield, the uniforms and an upgrade. Now, I'm going to forewarn you just now that with the recent update to Earth Space Dock on PC, the lighting is extremely bright in the ship customizer, and as such, anything with a light hull or a very reflective hull, the light is quite blinding. Think beacon of Kalis kind of blinding. So that warning out the way, let's have a look at the shield. So we've got a white hull. We see this dark grey material here as well, and these red lines. Then we've got some gold there at the front torpedo launcher and then the side of the neck, at the front here of the deflector. Then we've got this lovely cyan colour for the deflector itself with the gold. For the Bussard collectors, there's a hint of orange in here. Looking at the rear, we've got this red through orange to yellow effect here for the impulse engines. And with the cyan again there for the main nacelles themselves. There's that gold and more of the dark grey. I'm going to rotate this a bit further through the light, try and get some of that shine off of it. So we see more of the gold and cyan there at the back, more of this red lines, and more of the dark grey hull material here on the top of the saucer. And then we can see the cyan effect underneath the covers of the nacelles at the rear, along with the dark grey. Then on the underside, it's more of the red lines, and more of the grey hull material there as well. Moving on to the Dilithium store vanity shields now. So this is the Below vanity shield. So we can see this blue effect here in concentric circles on the main deflector. Same up here on the secondary one. We've got this red effect here for the Bussard collectors. And we've got that dark hull material. At the rear, we've got this lovely red effect here for the impulse engines, and with that cyan effect there for the nacelles. And if we look here, we can see this etched pattern in the hull material itself, and with some more cyan blue there at the back as well. See more of the etched pattern there on the underside, and with some red lighting, so there's that cyan lighting there as well. This is the Borg Vanity Shield. So this is a liberated Borg vessel look, not an assimilated one. It does cause some confusion and disappointment when people buy this expecting to get a fully assimilated ship. So we've got this grey hull material with a mismatched shape of hull plates. We have this exposed area of hull, so bits of hull without any hull plating. It's got a conduit look with this blue lighting. You see the same here at the front, as well as some of the gold lighting as well. This nice blue effect here on the deflector. You see the blue there on the Bussard collectors with the red at the back there. Got blue for the impulse engines. We've got the blue that darkens off into a grey on the nacelles. There's a better view of that exposed area of hull with the conduit effect. There's more of that conduit effect exposed hull areas here at the back around the shuttle bays and further down the spine of the ship. So this is the Discovery Vanity shield. This shield has 2 appearances to it, depending if you're applying it to a Federation character, such as this one, or KDF one, which we'll look at next. So on this one, we have this blue and white effect here at the top of the deflector. Same there going right round the secondary one. We have red here at the Bassard collectors with a touch of the blue as well. At the rear we've got these reddish impulse engines. Then we have blue going on in the nacelles. So it's designed to look like a Federation vessel in Season 1 of Star Trek Discovery. As we rotate right through a bit, you see various shades of grey with some patterns to it on the hull. A better view of that rear impulse engine there. This is the Discovery Vanity shield on a KDF character. So I've got this brown patterned hull material. Got the red there with a touch of orange and white for the Bassard collectors. Got this yellow and white deflector effect here on the primary and secondary. And we've got this yellow and white effect pattern here on the impulse engines. And we see this pattern effect here with the yellow into white and back again on the nacelles. This is supposed to give you a vessel the look of what they refer to as Klingons in Discovery. You can see the various shapes and patterns there on the hull material and on the nacelles themselves there. This is the Emperor's Vanity shield. As you can see here with this lovely orange deflector array here. Same with the secondary one. And a cyan colour here to the Bassard collectors with the red at the back. Cyan there for the impulse engines. Then we can see this purple shading here on this hull areas. Then we've got this yellow here for the nacelles. More of the purple shading there going up to the torpedo launcher. And you can see more of that purple shading here near the bridge area. And there's that purple shading there in a better view. Unfortunately, due to the lighting changes in this ship customizer, we can't make out the illuminated blue dots that cover this hull material. But if you look at previous videos, you can see it on other ships to give yourself an idea. Next up, we are looking at the Ferengi Vanity shield. So we have this orange hull material, as we've seen on the Ferengi ships in the shows. With this goldish colour here, we have this yellow deflector and secondary with outlines of grey. We see this yellow, well, quite a dark yellow here at the Bassard collector. And the dark yellow again there for the impulse engines and more touches of grey there. Then we've got a lighter yellow for the nacelles, and again more touches of the grey as well, dotted around the nacelles and the hull. And down we've got this lighter area of gold shading here. And you can make it this rivet effect here on the hull material as well. And we're the same here on the underside. Moving on to the Hur'q Vanity Shield. So I've got this pale green colour for the hull with this purple shading as well. I have this illuminated green design pattern here around the torpedo area at the front, and same here on the main deflector. And you can see that green as well on the Bussard collectors with that red hatch pattern at the back there. And it's green again for the impulse engines. See a bit of the pattern there to the hull material as well. And with the green there on the nacelles, more of that pattern there in that green hull material. There's more of that purple hull material as well. And we've got the green and purple there, and more of this illuminated green pattern as well. More of the green and purple, and there's that pattern effect going round the inner part of the saucer section as well. Here we have the Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield. So this one is similar to the Discovery one, that applying it on a Federation character gives you this appearance to your ship, and we'll have a look at applying it on a KDF character next. So it is designed to give your vessel the look of the Starfleet vessels in the reboot films. So we've got this blue deflector effect, similar to that we've seen in the Enterprise. It's got this red effect here for the Bussard collectors, thankfully, rather than the god-awful one this normally applies. And you'll see my rants about that in previous videos. And then we've got the same blue effect there on the second deflector at the top. Got this orange and yellow effect here on the impulse engines. And this blue colour here for the nacelle colours. This is quite a light hull material, so it is going to get a bit blinding as we rotate through the light. So we can see the few different shades of colour on the hull material with a nice pattern effect to it. And with some more of the blue lighting here around the outer part of the saucer. This is the Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield on a KDF character. So we can see here we've got the Klingon shades of green for the hull material. There's a lovely red effect here on the deflector arrays. Got the red there on the Bussard collectors. Honeycomb red pattern there on the impulse engines. Then we've got this dull blue and grey effect here on the nacelles. As we look down, we can see the various shades of green going on. The grey around the phasers array there. That blue lighting effect again on the rear. And there's that honeycomb pattern with the red on the impulse engines there. And quite a few bits of yellow illumination going on as well. And we're the same there on the underside. This is a other popular shield in the game. It's the Section 31 Vanity Shield. So we've got this dark hull material. We see this lovely blue pattern here to the secondary deflector and also around the centre of the primary deflector here. The Bussard collectors in this one are red. Normally they are blacked out on most ship models. Got a vibrant red there for the impulse engines. That cyan there for the nacelles. Then we see a couple of different shades of hull material going on from this angle. You see a bit clearer here with three different shades of hull material here. And then this striped line pattern here at the back and more of the cyan lighting there. Same there on the underside with a bit of additional red lighting here. This is the Tzenkethi Vanity shield. So we have this green hull material with a carved effect on it. We've also got some grey shading with it as well. Then we have this pattern of lights that do pulsate. This lovely warm orange effect here to the deflector array and the secondary one. Then we see some of the black and grey shading on the inside of the Bizarre collector with this white as well. And we've also got the black there at the torpedo launcher and either side of the deflector array there. See more of the black shading along with the grey there at the back of the neck. We have white for the impulse engines and white for the nacelles. And then you can see that carved pattern to the hull material as we look down at the top. And we're the same there on the underside. And the last shield in the Dilithium store is the Zhat Vash Vanity shield. There's a lovely green effect here on the deflector arrays, with the red here on the Bizarre collectors. And we see this olive green and fawn colour for the hull. The red there on the impulse engines. It's very bright green effect here for the nacelles. Always reminds me of an army camouflage pattern, this one, especially with these colours. And that concludes this video on the Terran Cygnus. As always, thank you all very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe to the channel, it does help the channel out. You'll find in the description below links to the STO wiki for all information on Star Trek Online, the main Star Trek Online news blog as well, for information about patches, events and so forth. You'll also find links for my social media and my Real Merch affiliate link for 10% off your orders with Real Merch. And there's also links there for Casual Sab's YouTube. He does a lot of build videos, reviews of new content in the game, and they are very honest reviews as well. He also does live streams and Q&As, so he's a very knowledgeable individual, well worth checking out. And until the next video, thanks again.